It's still coming.
Is there a visor in the backpack?
Oh,
whatever colour.
Hello, Tim. And you experience what a lot of people probably don't.
The perfect match, language and wine.
Shake hands, guys.
The normal process to get this, which like we've got these done in 24 hours, 10 weeks. It's a quick turnaround. Well, they're pretty a bit rough on one side. Okay. Well, good. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
We ask that you have consideration for your fellow passengers and avoid making a noise when returning to your stateroom. Should you wish to follow the progress of the vessel at any time, you can switch your cabin television to channel 41.
Salmon Director, and on behalf of everyone here at aB&B Cruises and everyone on board the Pacific Eden, I'd like to officially welcome you on board this beautiful ship. You are about to embark on your food and wine cruise. There's loads of entertainment happening through this cruise, and it's all listed in your good times at your daily newspaper that should have been delivered to your cabin. If you'd like to register for any of the food and wine events this cruise, you can register at the Monkey Bar.
Look at the stupidity that goes on down there.
Are you watching it?
Where the last tour actually. And that's been the next day. What happened the next
And we're off. That was ridiculous. Oh. We got sent that way to go all the way that way.
Yeah.
Because normally that would be was just doing all this observations.
The taxman. The taxman.
Oh, I can see my mast over there. Nice to be sailing. Yeah.
It's the grey one.
It's the grey
where we got together before the convention with the leaders who had done a convention or were doing a convention or wanted to do a convention or about to do a convention was in Shanghai 2 years ago in October. And Howard Bennett put on the most amazing dinner that night, and we were introduced to a lot of people Craig and I had a great time, and out of that flowed, for all sorts of other reasons, lots of ideas.
And they wanted to sell it well because they wouldn't manage to register the LOOE.
We found that.
I think you're playing a job as well.
Do you like me to take a photo? Yeah. You want to go away? I have to get up though because I can't get up.
Yeah, the seating will look good, but the laps will look more attractive.
Yes, we're the green. Oh, okay. Welcome. Good morning. Top of the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've had an opportunity to browse those minutes, and I'll reconvene the meeting. Welcome to all those who've never been on a beefsteak and burgundy convention at sea before, and particularly to those who've never been to a convention before. It is my understanding from the various sources that about 50% of the people on this convention have never been to a convention before. So if you feel a bit out of the water, as it were, you're in good company. And I hope you'll welcome those people, because they could well be the future of beefsteak and burgundy, because we are losing people, as you would know. Hein and his group, and there are a couple here from Hobart on the convention, are very happy the way it all worked out. And for those of you who were in Hobart last year, sure you'd all concur with me, it was a great celebration of Tasmanian food, wine and fun. I can tell you that the committee tried to dig up some dirt on Jim and Jill, and all we could come up with was that when he worked as a young lad in the bank in Jamestown in northern South Australia, he had the hots for this young 16-year-old at the local high school. And ladies and gentlemen, the rest is history. So we'll now make a presentation of a special plaque to Jim for his serious 25 years of critiquing these conventions. Long may they persist, Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the plaque. I'll read it to you. The Adelaide Beefsteak and Burgundy Club wishes to acknowledge Jim Fairburn, obviously Jill, for enormous support to Beefsteak and Burgundy Incorporated, in particular the Freeburn Report for 25 sequential unbiased critiques, 25th of March today. Here we are. Thank you. Welcome to the convention again, of course. It's nicknamed by Tim and Gay aB&B at sea, and that was a lot of fun when we did the recce a year ago in Perth. I've already reminded you that it's not a formal meeting, and in this, my third report as president. Not everybody gets as a president to attend 3 conventions. I did the just arrived president in Shanghai, then in Hobart last year, and this one, and I can tell you, I think I'm just starting to get the hang of it. For future conventions, and we will continue to do that during this convention. Future conventions are only as good as the people who put them on and volunteer and take a little risk and get some support from us. But Tim said, I've been cruising for a while with Gay, and we think we could do it on a ship. And I said, you've got to be kidding, but we'll take any offers. So we went and did the recce, and here we are. And I think it's an extraordinary achievement, and for those two people to put it all together with the support of their club, which turns 50 this year, number 76 Woodville, later in the year, it's just one of those things that some people seem to want to do. And Tim and Gay, put it together for Tim and Gay. They tell me that 50% of the delegates this time have never been to a convention before, and of course the rest of us haven't been to a convention at sea. So we're going to place some seriousness on the survey, which will be offered to you later and on the Sunday night, and it's one page, it's all tick and flick, it's so easy, but the information it will give us at the committee level as to whether or not this sort of thing is possible from another Australian port or from an international port is for you to decide, the members. But if that happens, I think it would add a little bit to the mix of regional Australian conventions, city Australian conventions, international conventions, and cruising at sea. The reason they don't survive is because they don't regenerate. Everybody's happy, they get older and older and older and eventually fall off the twig. Without placing too much emphasis on that, I would now ask you all to rise, and we will have a very short silence for those members of Beefsteak and Burgundy, including a recently demised member who can't attend this convention because he died, just to remind us that this is an ageing group profile and we need to regenerate. Beefsteak and Burgundy who've gone to the big club in the sky. Thank you very much.
Morning everyone. Well, a year ago, I think approximately, in Hobart, we had this concept of doing the history of the movement raised, and some indication was given there of the possible way that might progress, chapters and so on, and areas to be covered. So I'm pleased to report that start has been made on that, so approximately 50 pages of the draft history have been done so far, and that's covered basically the period from the beginning, 1954, through to the end of 1960, and the story there. By end of 1960 there were 33 clubs in existence, including the Foundation Club, and 17 of those were formed in South Australia, and then the rest in other states of Australia. So there were 6 in Victoria, and I could go through them, but anyhow, 3 in New South Wales and 4 in Queensland. I will try to do them just out of your interest. So in Victoria there was Melbourne, Nagambie was club number 6, and Melbourne, Dandenong, Yarra, John Backman and Ballarat. And then in New South Wales you had Sydney and North Sydney and Broken Hill formed. And then in Queensland there were 4, Brisbane, Moreton, Surfers Paradise and Toowoomba. And then there in Western Australia had Perth, and you had Sydney Club, and then 1 in Hobart Club. So that's so the 16 interstate clubs were established at that time.
I'll conclude by reminding us all why we think this is such a successful organisation. It's as a group of like-minded clubs we continue to expand geographically and to respond to changes in both the business and the social world. Yet we endeavour to hold on to those basic principles and objectives of the first 8, basically to promote good fellowship and goodwill and the appreciation and understanding of good food and wine.
Thank you, President Bruce. And I'd also like to thank you for your generous acclamation in what I do, because I certainly do it. I love this organisation. I've been involved since in my early 20s and when I was transferred from Adelaide up to Queensland, and I certainly do think enormously of this club. They're attending, or certainly sending them 50-year celebratory medals. Night Owl, as we talked about before, Tea Tree Gully, Fringes, Cairn, Woodville, Launceston, Leichhardt and Kingsford Smith. We welcome one new club in the 2016-17 year, and that's been Bribey Pumerstone.
Now, all the accommodation.
Thank you very much there, ladies and gentlemen. Look, welcome to this convention, and I'm here to do a presentation on behalf of Wendy Hollick from the Coonawarra Convention Committee. And so, just before I start, there is a questionnaire there in front of you, and I've got one biro left. I've handed a few biros out, so if there's anyone who would like to do the questionnaire, that'd be great. Okay, can I? Someone like to pass it down the back? Yeah. Okay, so members of the Adelaide Beefsteak and Burgundy Club, Tim Fisher, and hosts of the Woodville Club, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Wendy Hollick and I are going to, we're here to formally invite each and every one of you to come to our convention on the 9th and the 11th of November 2018 at Coonawarra. A show of hands, please. Who was at the Hobart Convention, please? Oh, quite a considerable number. Okay, so you might remember what we are doing here, because I remember last year. It was not that long ago that we made our pitch to present 2018. I remember saying at Hobart that Shanghai had set the standard about so high. Hobart had set a bit higher. Tim and Gay have gone a little bit higher. They've gone for the high jump. Well, I think that Coonawarra, we intend on going for the pole vault because we want a really good convention for you all.
Hello everyone, welcome to Coonawarra. On behalf of the Beefsteak and Burgundy 2018 Convention Organising Committee, we look forward to welcoming you here from November the 9th to the 11th next year. We have some great events planned, several of them located here at Katnook Estate. But now, for one of you, there is a chance to win this 3-litre bottle of Katnook Estate's famous Cabernet Sauvignon. All you have to do is listen closely to Rick and answer a small quiz at the end of his chat. We will send this directly to the winner after the cruise. Good luck, enjoy your trip, and we hope to see you in Coonawarra in 2018.
So what makes Coonawarra one of the best cool wine producing areas in the world, in Australia, if not the world, certainly with their Cabernet Sauvignons. Now I only learned of this little fact a couple of years ago. It was a thing called the Bonnie upwelling, and it just seems to be interesting that here we are on a ship today, but I'll try and describe it to you briefly. To get the length in the fruit and have a growing season as long as you can, to get all those characteristics and the richness in your wine, if you can have a cool climate, which is what Coonawarra can offer. The Bonnie upwelling, off the coast of the southeast of South Australia, or the Limestone Coast, it is the closest part anywhere in Australia of the continental shelf. So every spring and summer, you get these upliftings of cool water from deep down off the continental shelf, and as the waters off road, for instance, then these cool winds keep that climate cool in Coonawarra, and that's why Coonawarra is one of those unique areas because of that geophysical trait. just to remind everyone else again, who or what is Coonawarra and Penola. Penola is just 6 kilometres south of Coonawarra and is the larger of the two towns and is one of the earliest settlements in the Limestone Coast region of South Australia dating back to the late 1840s. Why not extend your stay in the Limestone Coast region and take in the delights and wonders which are many and varied? Blue Lake of Gambia, World Heritage internationally recognised Narracourt Caves, the seaside village of Roe, which is one of South Australia's premier summer holiday destinations, or even the southern rock lobster capital of the world, Port Macdonald. And there's even Mount Schank. Now, Mount Schank is Australia mainland's most recent active volcano, all within easy reach of Coonawarra. Mount Gambier is also an alternative for your accommodation, but it is over 50 kilometres away. However, we will be offering a bus service from there to Coonawarra on both the Friday and Saturday nights. So in closing, don't plan for a weekend, plan for a week. Plan to be at Coonawarra in November next year for the 2018 Beefsteak and Burgundy Convention. Thank you very much. I'd like to now introduce Wendy Hollett from Wildlife College Wine.
I'd like to extend an invitation from all of the members of the Coonawarra community. The 3 clubs that will be involved in organising the convention in 2018. I'm a member of the Coonawarra Black Swan Beefsteak and Burgundy Club. Rick is a member of the Coonawarra Beefsteak and Burgundy Club, and the 3rd club is the Penola Beefsteak and Burgundy Club, which was the original one in the district. And the reason that 3 were formed was that everybody wanted to be in beef and burgundy, and with a limit of 30 members, we had to keep on having new clubs. So within each club, I would say that virtually every wine company in the district has a member of one of the clubs. And we're all really excited to have you there. Rick has mentioned quite a few of the activities that we have in mind. He hasn't yet experienced one of the ones that I went to, which was going out into the vineyard with the viticulturist and a winemaker, having a look at the site selection, having a look at the soils, talking about how the air flows across that particular vineyard, which is all being able to be mapped technologically these days, talking about how how they make decisions about picking the fruit, and then how they keep that fruit separate and make individual vineyard wines, which you then get to taste in an establishment on that particular vineyard.
Thank you, President Bruce. Because the Foundation Club underwrites all conventions, we obviously must make sure that there's proper due diligence, and we have fiduciary responsibilities as a parent organisation. So Fortitude Bloomers joint convention hasn't been represented today, albeit that they've set in a budget and a business plan around about October last year. We've read it, we've digested it, but of course, exercising our responsibilities, we'd certainly like to speak with them. Now, having said that, Bruce and I will be attending a Brisbane celebration in August of this year, and we hope to catch up with convention convener Ken Lusky and go through it with their committee.
I'm the Secretary of Bloomers in Brisbane, and on behalf of Fortitude and Bloomers, I'm looking forward to a convention in 2020 in Brisbane. As you've heard, it's underway, but hasn't been finally approved yet, we're all looking forward to it. We're all excited about it. There's some great plans in store, and I'm urging everybody to make a holiday in sunny Queensland in May 2020. So a little fly here just to keep it uppermost in your mind, and we'll take it from there. Thanks very much.
There are some people here that, like people wear 2 hats in jobs and home and whatnot. At this convention there are people wearing 2 lanyards. People that have this beautiful gold lanyard on, as well as the normal delegate lanyard. are the members of my fellow Woodville Beefsteak and Burgundy Club who are the hosts for this convention, and we have a gold lanyard because this is our golden anniversary, our 50th year. So, a little bit more housekeeping. Adrian spoke to you about going to visit the McLaren Vale district. We had a member and his wife of the McLaren Vale district listed in our convention book as attending as delegates. Sadly, Jan Steigrand, had her gallbladder out a few days ago, so they've had to pull out at the last minute. They were the only representatives from that club, and I'm really sad that we won't have anyone from that club. The survey was mentioned. That will be handed out while you are eating your dinner tomorrow evening. And because we, as I'm going to explain in a minute, because we're eating a little bit in relays, it'll be difficult to hand them out appropriately before, when you've mainly finished your main course or not. I will be sitting right by the exit door. You can hand them to me as you've ticked all the boxes, or the appropriate boxes, and just return them to me as you're leaving. So, the arrangement for dining. We can't all lob into one place at the one time. Even though I've sent P&O an example of what we can do, see 425 people in the Adelaide Town Hall, all coming in at once, all being served their meals all together, staying for 3.5 hours. That's not the way a ship runs. So what we have to do, and this has only been decided in the last couple of days, what we have to do is rock up at about quarter-hourly intervals, starting at 5 o'clock, the next slot at 5:15, 5:30, 5:45. So by 6 o'clock you will be well underway of eating, but some of you will be well into the meal, some of you will just be starting. The way we have decided to break this up is everyone has got their convention book. Ta-da! I've made it pocket size so you can all carry it around with you all the time. You don't have to show me, I know you've got them. Okay, in there, the last two openings are our delegates. Okay, they are printed on 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm asking all the delegates on page 1 to come at 5 o'clock, page 2, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45. Could anything be simpler?
Thank you very much.
More brochures or more flyers? Lovely. Thank you.
I'll do that in a minute.
Make it as big as I can go.
I was going to make it.
And everyone else at the table has had their menus.
Ta-da!
To go any bigger? That's it. Made for the Chinese market. It's going to fall off.
Thank you very much.
More brochures or more flyers?
Thank you very much.
More brochures or more flyers? Lovely. Thank you.
No, 55,820 tonnes of welcome to this B&B at Sea, the 34th convention of the Beefsteak and Burgundy movement. Now I feel like a bit of a geek up here with this. Look, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Captain Nicholas Boone, who is the captain of this ship, and I'm pleased to say that before he popped down here from the bridge, we now sort of veered away from Cape Jervis there, and we're in the process of turning around. Can I introduce to you who's coming here to welcome us at our convention, Captain Nicholas Boone. Thank you.
Yo, skipper.
Thank you, Tim, and a very warm welcome to the B&B Club. I must admit, when I heard it was the B&B Club, I did have in mind something else. I am reliably informed that it's Beefsteak and Burgundy, a very noble institution, and of course we're very honoured to have you on board for your annual convention. There's no mistaking you. Clearly you've got your lanyards and a very adequately sized label that stands out from the crowd, which Tim tells me is his own design. Anyway, as I say, a very warm welcome to you all. We hope that you'll find Pacific Eden is a great platform for you to host your convention, and we hope that the food and wine that you taste and eat is enjoyable.
Thank you.
As Tim says, we veered away from Cape Jervis, heading towards Kangaroo Island at the moment, but we'll be doing several laps of honour around Cape St Vincent, Gulf St Vincent, I should say, over the course of the next 2 days. Each lap is about 50 miles, and it takes us just over 4 miles to do a lap. Okay. 4 hours. Yes. So you can work that out. It's just about 10 knots. You can put your arm out the window and enjoy the cruise.
At 10 knots.
And of course, I appreciate that there's a variety of different clothing you wear. I'm also reliably informed it was all a bit more formal in days gone by. Black tie, black trousers. Yeah. I think we'll say it's more relaxed. Did you want to introduce anybody else?
Yes, look, we have the chefs hiding, or they were hiding up the back. Are they still there?
Chefs at the back hiding, are you still there? Absence, anybody else? Right, thank you very much everybody. Once again, very warm welcome on board this evening. I hope you have a fantastic time. I should just point out perhaps that whilst our job is to get you safely back to Adelaide, your job, amongst the other passengers, you can share the responsibility, is to ensure that the weather is good. Okay, so collectively, whatever gods you pray to, your job's to keep the sea smooth and the winds light. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Skipper.
Okay, delegates, look, that's been very special. Can I just take note of him as he leaves us? It's the 4 stripes and the little rising sun crest. This is a British ship, and if you see him walking around the decks, gentlemen, a little bow and ladies a curtsy, that'll be in order. Look, I want to continue on that theme a little bit. We are on a British ship. The British Red Ensign flies at the rear flagpole when we're in port. Many of the higher echelons of the crew are British. The company that runs us is British. The Australian subsidiary runs the 5 ships that are part of P&O Australia. But in deference to that, and in deference to the fact that many of our clubs, at least the earlier clubs, have their formalities in that they will start their dinner with the loyal toast. I think since we all, most of us, have got a glass in our hands, hopefully with some contents, I would ask you to raise your glasses and drink to the health and longevity of Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen of England and still of Australia. Don't empty your glasses yet, because I just want to propose a second quick toast to beefsteak and burgundy for those who organise it, the founding club, each individual club, the people that run all the individual clubs, and above all of us, the grassroots members of beefsteak and burgundy. To all of us, good health and happiness.
There we are.
That didn't work.
Oh, my glass is empty, so that must be all the toast. Look, when you've all stopped talking, I'll start.
No, thank you very much.
Okay. I've got a lot of things to cover, but maybe the next thing I want to do is just ask the president of the Beefsteak and Burgundy Foundation Club, Bruce Perks, to give a quick welcome. Both the captain and Bruce have got a written welcome in your convention pocketbook, but Bruce will just offer a few verbal words to welcome you here.
Ladies and gentlemen, most of you went to the business meeting this morning, so you know the gen. This is a great movement, and it's been going for 183 clubs, going for now, started 63 years ago. So we've come a long way, and we've been to a few conventions. I think this is the 34th. And in a turbulent world and an era of declining interest in clubs generally, we should aim to be stronger for longer. Recently I discovered a short piece about the meaning of a club. And because many of you have never been to a convention before, you may not have heard something that I've probably said at a previous convention, and that is to help you reflect on what your club really is. And it's something I took off, something I found a long time ago, and it's always impressed me because it encapsulates what for me a club really is, and I will read it. A club, any club, your club, our club, this foundation, is a haven of refuge and accord in a world torn by strife and discord. It is a place where kindred spirits gather to have fun and make friends. It is a place of courtesy, good breeding and good manners sometimes. It is a place expressly for camaraderie, merriment, goodwill and good cheer. It humbles the mighty, it draws out the timid and casts out the sore head, and is one of the noblest inventions of mankind. We need to thank Tim and Gay who came up with this wonderful idea, and behind the scenes there have been a couple of people who have done something really unusual. Can you bring out the presentation now, please? This is Di Myers from the Woodville Club, Tim's Club, and here is the presentation on your behalf that we have organised. Tim's never looked sheepish in his life until this minute. Tim and Gay, of course, can't talk like Gay. Where's Gay? Here comes Gay. The crowns are for the photos for those of you who've got them. Please accept. On behalf of everybody here and those who don't know how much fun you can have at conventions without a duck, can I tell you that Di organised this, Stan Quinn provided it, and Stan Quinn had the letters put on it, and the ship allowed it to be brought aboard above all normal conventions. This is a momentous moment. Please could someone record it photographically and make sure it ends up on the website. I need it to be on the website. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Everybody enjoying my food? That's good, that's great. Tomorrow I have some special dinner. I'm making some nice dinner. Tenderloin filet mignon is there. You have some nice barramundi fish. You have some lamb starter. You have some nice bacalao dessert also. You have. Really, you guys enjoyed. I have more than 106 people working in Galley department. That's a big team. I have a lot of different stations: roast station, soup station, sauce station, special order and vegetable station, baker shop, pastry shop, a lot of different stations. I have every single day using like a baker and pastry shop. Whatever the bread, croissant, dairies, everything on board making fresh. No can, no baking food. Everything on board making fresh. Almost every single day using almost 600 kilo all-purpose flour. I'm using 300 kilo butter. That's a lot of amount. I have a butcher shop. I have 6 butchers working all day. These people cutting meat and chicken only. Almost 1,700 kilo chicken I'm using per day. That's a big amount. 800 kilo meat, 700 kilo fish I'm using per day. That's a big amount. I have a different galley. This is a main galley. I have a deck 7. That's a huge galley. All different people. I have a deck 3. I have a big storeroom. 1 provision master. I have a 8 storekeeper. These people in charge all receiving the store, everything. My cooks and CDP 1 day before make the order and send it to me. I'm approved. I send it to my storekeeper. These people prepare everything, food, everything. I have a take 3, I have a Kurugali, I have a 7 cooks working. These people in charge all the crew, food, officer, food and staff food. More than 36 different nationality working on board. When you go Kurugali, get so many variety food. More than guest meal, when you go Kurugali, get a best meal. Because crew happy, very easy to make our guests happy. That's why the crew food is very enjoy it. Because the main Gali operation is a baker shop. We have always 9 bakers and almost 11 pastry chefs working also. That's a big operation, huge operation. You guys really enjoy tomorrow dinner. I prepare special for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
At the Shanghai Convention, hence underneath all these layers I'm wearing the Shanghai t-shirt. First mentioned at the Shanghai Convention that I can run a convention, let me do it. And I've come all this way now to standing here at this spot and my race is run. Or at least I thought I'd stop moving, but I look outside and I'm still going. Look, I've tried to reinforce this small group mentality, let you know that there are some things that we just can't do on the ship, in the ship environment. I've tried to run this past you by saying this is going to be a convention like no other, a unconventional convention. Today I present to you with my final tagline, a convention on the move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Les Martin, one of our Beefsteak and Burgundy, Woodville Beefsteak and Burgundy Club members, is it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Les. But those of you who weren't at the meeting and didn't quite catch up and haven't seen or noticed that there are people running around with 2 lanyards on, the gold one, and this one here is worn by all the other members of my fantastic Woodville Beefsteak and Burgundy Club who are hosting this. The convention that I've put together, one thing I've learned from this convention is it's fantastic to run anything with a one-man committee. Right? You've got someone to do the organising, someone to do the approving, someone to do all the jobs, someone to pat you on the back, and it's all very easy. So, not for everyone, but a one-man committee does work very well. When it runs in parallel with another one-woman committee, and those two get on so famously well together, it's a recipe for a fantastic outcome, I hope. And so I wanted to pay tribute to the girl who reminds me of a girl that reminds me of the things I've forgotten and keeps me up to date with things, does a lot of the organising behind the scenes. So a special tribute also to Gay, who also South Australia, that beautiful area where they grow all that lovely Cabernet sitting on the vine.
Thanks, Tim, and I'd just like to say a thank you for all of the work that he's obviously done, he and Gay have done, and all of the club members in getting this together. I'd also like to thank Catnook Wines for donating the 3-litre Imperial for those people this morning who filled out the questionnaire. And I'd like to announce the winner of that, getting it all correct. And I would ask that person to come and see us, because we will need a name and address to get, or an address to get the 3-litre Imperial to them. And the winner is from the Never Never Ladies Club. And it is Faye Miller. Congratulations.
Yeah, we are.